Hey guys, what's your favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Probably Christmas.
Well, actually, my favorite holiday is Life Day.
No.
Darren's like, we're going here.
We're going here.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna watch the Star Wars Holiday Special because Rogue One is, or not Rogue One.
We're going back in time, folks.
Yeah,
We're not seeing Last Jedi this weekend. We're gonna go on Netflix and watch Rogue One.
Yeah, Last Jedi is coming out. It's probably out by the time the movie is out. So you may have already seen it or going to see it, but regardless, you can take a trip down memory lane back to a time when Star Wars could do no wrong. I'm here with Will and Darren. How you guys
Hey.
doing?
Yeah, hi.
Okay, so
Finally getting an introduction, you son of a bitch.
that whole thing was an introduction.
No, I mean to me and Darren.
Oh,
We get paid for
well, did I say your names at the beginning?
No.
No, you said
Oh,
our names
I
just
meant-
now.
I
You're
meant
oh,
to.
by the
I
way, I'm
meant
here with Will and Darren.
Okay, I thought I said your names at the beginning. My mistake. As
Bastard.
punishment, we have to watch the Star Wars Holiday Special.
We all have to be punished because Miller's a dickhead.
Okay, so if you want to watch along with us, what you're going to want to do is go to we're watching the movie-
0000.
Well, yeah, we're watching the movie via YouTube. I don't know if how any other versions are, but yeah, if you want to watch the exact one we're going on, it's the
Oh, here's an idea. Put the link in the description.
That's a great idea. Okay,
Yeah.
so if you want to watch along with us, if you're not already at the movie, just go to the link in the description and just bring it to 000, and we're gonna get started. So in 3, 2, 1.
Oh. Okay, here we go.
Just making sure we're recording. Yes. This doesn't look too bad for a TV special.
Oh, hell no, it does not. I mean, this would have been really cool to see on TV. To be
Wait, is
honest.
this just stock footage from?
I think it is, yes.
Oh, okay, that explains it.
I believe
Wait.
this is stock footage from A New Hope.
Either way, that would have been something. You would have been like, "Oh, this is gonna be promising."
I think the only thing that's real is the actual close-ups of the actors.
That's the weird thing because they easily could have made this work, but
And you know what's strange? Like back in the day, they could get all. Well, I mean, they weren't they were big stars after Star Wars, but it's weird that they could get all these actors on TV on a TV special.
Yeah, right.
'Cause you can't.
Especially, I mean, Harrison Ford was just starting to come into the height of his popularity.
and he's in it the most out of the trio.
Yeah.
Because
Because like nowadays,
Although
you can't
he hadn't done Raiders yet, so.
yeah.
Although,
Oh my God.
I think Harrison Ford just happens to be a good sport because he did appear also
Ken doll.
one time on the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles.
Because I mean, you can't get any of the Avengers on a Marvel television show. I'm like, get away from me.
I don't think that's up to them though.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
I don't think, honestly, I don't know that the TV show has asked any of the movie actors to be on it, aside from Kobe Smulders and the couple that have appeared. But
Well, Samuel Jackson's been on it.
right, that's what I'm saying. Other than Kobe Smulders and the couple that have appeared, and like cameos. Like I don't know that they've ever asked, like, "Hey, Captain America."
I feel like they have, but that's just
I
that'd be
feel like it would be
scary.
really stupid not to.
God.
But at the same time, though, I also think like Robert Downey Jr. would be a sport and do it, and I think the same thing about Chris Evans.
Well, I mean, it might just be going off what Miller said. Like it's not their choice.
Beatrice Arthur.
Oh, the Golden Girls were the shit. Such a good show.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the Christmas special where they get locked inside their office because there's a gun?
No. What the hell?
It's pretty interesting. Like, a guy comes into the office with a gun and, like, takes the place hostage.
That's dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, have you seen 80s TV shows? They get pretty dark.
I just didn't expect.
Not
the
everything's
Golden
Full
Girls
House.
I just didn't
Wow.
expect the Golden Girls to be like Christmas special. There's a shooter in the house.
That's obviously painting.
Family Ties, was it Family? Yeah, Family Ties, the one with Michael J. Fox, did an episode where one of Alex Keaton's closest friends killed himself in a drunk driving accident.
Gosh.
And Alex
Like,
got
I mean-
addicted to speed in one episode.
That true, so he could study. That's very true.
Holy shit.
That is the thing of nightmares. Holy.
That's the grandpa. Oh, yeah.
Look,
Like,
I will
why,
give-
why is this focused on Chewbacca's family?
Why?
You can't understand
What I
them.
want to know is, okay, when they go back to Kashyyyk in episode 3, why do none of the fucking Wookiees dance like that anymore? That's what I want to know.
Because
Mike.
they wanted this to be erased from the. This is not.
I'm really surprised this hasn't seen release since Lucas sold it to Disney, because we all know that Disney are a bunch of whores for the almighty dollar.
Yeah.
And bad or not, this would sell.
I might just buy it just to have it. I don't know. Like,
I
I
do
own the
give him-
Star Wars Holiday Special on Blu-ray. Like, that'd be pretty cool.
I do give him props for. Look, I like
Trying to
there's
get
no
rid of it
subtitle.
all.
No.
I own both of the Ewok movies. So.
The no subtitle thing is kind of interesting because you do have to rely off their performances, but just don't do it for this long.
Right. Well, and that's the thing. Like, it works in Star Wars in the movies because you have Han Solo, you have C-3PO there to tell you what the fuck Chewbacca is saying.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when it's necessary. Obviously, when he's screaming and waving his arms in the air, he's going to kill you. But
Will, have you seen the Ewok movie?
I just said I own both of the Ewok movies, so
There's two
owning
Ewok
this would not
movies?
be out of line. Yes, there's 2 of them.
Oh.
There's one. The first one is called Caravan of Courage, and the second one is called Ewoks: The Battle for Endor.
What are y'all's feelings on the Ewoks?
I love them.
Yeah, I don't mind them either.
I don't see why everyone hated them so much.
Same.
I'm indifferent to the Ewoks. I don't love them or hate them. I'm just like, whatever. I would rather watch a movie full of Ewoks than full of Gungans. Any day.
Yeah.
The Gungans were a mistake.
And the Ewoks were practical, at least. Made it more interesting.
Yeah, the Gungans are a bunch of scary fish people.
Scary fish people.
You guys ever play the Phantom Menace computer game?
No.
It's there's a level where you're on the Gungan underwater city, and then like in that game you can just go around with your lightsaber and murder like whoever you want. It is it's like you can like you open with Qui-Gon in the where you are in the at the beginning of the movie, and if you just hit him a bunch of times, he'll just be like ah, and then follow his death. Pretty dark.
One of the best video games, one of the best Star Wars video games I ever played was a Phantom Menace era PlayStation game called Jedi Power Battles. That was really fun.
I think I played that. Yeah.
Which I don't understand because I've never played Phantom Menace the game, but like Jedi Power Battles followed the plot of the movie pretty closely, so I honestly don't see what the difference possibly could have been.
I'll have to look into it.
Because there was Episode 1 Pod Racer, there was Jedi Starfighter, there was a proper Episode 1 game, and there was Jedi Power Battles.
Was a Jedi Power Battle just lightsaber battles?
Yeah, it was well, it wasn't like Mortal Kombat style though. It was story style. And yeah, but it was basically Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon going through all the stages of the story. You start out on the Trade Federation space station, then you go down to Naboo and you fight some people in the jungle and But yeah, it's just all two characters going through fighting shit with lightsabers.
So you stay with Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon the whole time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because in the Phantom Menace game, you play as Obi-Wan at the beginning, then you go to Qui-Gon, then you play as Queen Amidala at one point, and the black trooper that I can't remember the name of.
believe, now it's been a long, long time since I've played this, but I believe you can choose either Obi-Wan or Qui-Gon, or you can play two-player and be one of each.
Oh, okay.
And whichever one you're not actively playing, the computer plays the other one alongside you. So it's always the both of them at the same time.
Makes sense.
Yeah, the way it should be. All fucking partners and shit.
It's like looked right into the camera.
They could have cut this down into like a 45-minute special, and it would have been a lot better.
Yeah,
How
I mean,
long is
like
it?
even the Wookiee stuff, like just cut it down a little bit. It would
Like you could make
more
it like
sense.
you guys are saying, like just it's fine. It's like it's clever, but just like cut it down.
Yeah. Because, I mean, no one else does that. Everybody else uses subtitles. Because even, like, George Lucas's reasoning behind, like, not giving CP3 a face, like his face is just mute, you have to rely off the performance of the actor. It's like, that's really smart. That's cool.
What do you mean?
But, like-
C-3PO's talk, so.
I know, yeah, he talks, but, like, you have to, like, he doesn't emote. Like, you have to,
Oh,
like,
okay,
the actor
okay.
has to put in the work.
But you can see with Anthony Daniels' body language when he's happy, when he's sad, when he's
Exactly.
excited.
Yeah, so it's up to the actor, but like even with this, it's cool that we have to like you don't understand what the Wookiees are saying. You just have to rely off the performers. But I don't want to sit here and watch it for 15 to 20 minutes.
Well, and not only that, but it's a lot different pantomiming, which Anthony Daniels was a trained pantomime before he got. I mean, that's why he got cast, because he can mime. It's a lot different than having a trained mime in a suit that almost conforms completely to his body than having people in big fucking bear suits.
Have you guys ever seen the documentary Star Wars? I think it's called Empire Dreams.
Yes.
That is great.
It is great. It's honestly one of the best, not just making of documentaries, but it's one of the best documentaries I've ever seen. It's really good.
Yeah.
I saw some of them on I remember like the ones on the History Channel where they like really went into like the
How it was
biblical,
made.
like how it was made, the biblical stuff from behind Star Wars. And I was just like, wow, I didn't realize like, oh, it's Lucifer and that's what Anakin was. It's just like, holy crap, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never saw Empire Dreams.
Look it up on the YouTube.
I will do that.
Sharon's like,
If
I'm
it's
just going to
still
turn
on
off the
there,
holiday
I know at
special and
one
go
point-
watch it.
I know at one point it was on there, but I also know that the past couple of years, YouTube has pretty much culled like anything full episode worth watching off of it. So
Yeah.
because now Google wants you to like, buy shit from the Play Store to watch it on YouTube.
Could you imagine? You guys remember when you could just watch full episodes?
Yeah.
Just nice.
And it was nice to have stuff that you're not going to watch all the time, so you don't want to actually own it. But it's nice to watch every once in a while. Like, they used to have Penn and Teller bullshit on YouTube. And that's a great show, but it's not. It's like once you learn the thing that you're learning, you don't ever need to learn that thing again.
Was Bullshit the name of the show?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It was on Showtime.
I remember the first time I found out about Penn and Teller was when they were having a house at Halloween Horror Nights.
Originally, they wanted to call the show Humbug, but they ended up going with the more provocative title.
Okay, I thought you were going to say, like, the censors didn't like the title Humbug, but they like Bullshit.
No. The reason, because what inspired them to do that show, and we're venturing way off Star Wars here, but
I mean, nothing's happening, so.
what inspired them to do the show is that magically they are big fans, and one of their biggest influences in magic was Harry Houdini, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that Houdini also did was he debunked mystics and psychics and mediums and stuff like that. So the word Harry Houdini would often use to describe something that was clear bullshit was humbug. So they were going to call the show that, but then when it got sold to Showtime and they were allowed to do something more provocative, they decided to.
They barely could get Mark Hamill to be in this.
What is with the hair and the...
No one knows. He looks like a Ken doll.
Yeah.
That's great.
I think the Nostalgia Critic pointed that out in his review.
Yeah, ironically, the person who would eventually become the biggest movie star is the one that's in this the most. The people that didn't become such big stars were like all prima donnas about it. Like, well, I'll do it, but I only want to be in this much and blah, blah, blah. Because Princess Leia's not in this very much either.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say before anybody starts typing away the mean little comments in the comments section, I'm not saying Mark Hamill hasn't had a great career. He was the Joker. He's done a lot of great stuff, but he's clearly not Harrison Ford, folks.
Yeah, you're right. He's getting more stuff now, which is cool, though.
He is. I'm kind of, at least yet, maybe he will later, but I'm kind of disappointed he hasn't brought the Trickster back to the Flash this year.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't thought
Probably,
about that.
it's probably busy.
That's probably true.
Yeah, that's
but he's
true.
also, I think, because he's also not doing the Joker anymore. He's retired from that. And I think he said, like, the Joker voice, which he uses as the Trickster, I think he said it's real hard on his voice and he just can't do it anymore. So we might not see Mark Hamill back on the Flash.
Okay.
Well, he does the Joker on Justice League Action.
Does he?
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
voices Swamp. He does voice Swamp Thing too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but Swamp Thing isn't the Joker.
It's pretty much the Joker if you listen to
It's
it.
funny how
Doesn't
we never cued in him not being in Force Awakens much. But he's like, oh, he was on the Flash a lot. Now he's not on the Flash a lot because he was doing Last Jedi. And I don't know when he did Brigsby Bear.
Archer
It's
was
funny because when you first see the Trickster in that first episode that he's in the Flash season 1, I remember somebody remarking, like on a Facebook post or maybe a YouTube comment, something, saying that when you first see him in prison, that his hair looks very Luke Skywalker-ish, and it's like, well, yeah, he just finished being Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
And of course, that was before anybody knew that he was only in the movie for 10 seconds.
No, he was Kylo Ren. They just switched it whenever they took the mask off.
And god damn it, that's the thing. Oh my goodness. Okay.
I don't think we need to get into this.
Okay. It makes zero sense for Leia and Han to name their kid Ben. Okay, because I'm sorry, but neither one of them had the relationship to Obi-Wan Kenobi that Luke had. However, it makes perfect sense to call him Luke. Okay? And could you imagine the reaction? Everybody's looking for Luke Skywalker. Han Solo confronts Kylo Ren, and as he's walking away, he calls out Luke, and Kylo Ren turns around. Like, could you imagine, like, the reaction that would have gotten if they'd have done that?
yeah,
And then he takes off the helmet, and you see that he's not fucking Luke Skywalker, but he's Luke Solo. See, that's what they should have fucking done.
yeah, but what if they named him Ben after their butler or some shit? I don't
What are you?
I mean,
He was a good guy. He delivered him. He delivered
I
Ben,
just
and
feel
then
like
got shot in the face.
I just feel like that's such a missed opportunity not calling him Luke, just so you could get that one red herring in there when Han Solo calls Kylo Ren Luke. Because Princess Leia never says, bring our son back to us she says, bring him back, bring him home. She doesn't ever refer to him as our son until after, you know?
Pretty sure. No, they talk about, Leia and Han talk about him being their son.
Do they?
Yeah, before he died.
I don't know. That movie's still awful. I haven't watched it since it was
Yeah, but
made.
I mean, I don't think that would have worked completely, because we did see Kylo's face before he takes off the helmet.
Yeah, but I mean, if you were going to go that route, obviously you wouldn't have done it.
Right. I see what you're saying.
That crib is pretty sweet.
Yeah. It's just so weird, like, all of this is just actors and separate, just talking to a camera.
Yeah.
It's odd.
Yeah, it's like Star Wars is so creative, and this is what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there are two people in the scene right here, but that very rarely happens in this movie.
I don't like how many kids were watching this back then. They're just like, you know what, Mom? I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
In all honesty, the kids probably love this.
No.
I think I would have been born out of my mind.
No, kids are stupid, Miller. I have kids, all right? They're dumb.
Do they like this movie?
I don't know. I've never shown my kids this.
You should probably show them.
Yeah.
Just don't hate them.
Come back.
Like,
I love my children, and I don't want to torture them.
Didn't you
I
say
think
you were
it's
going to
like
get them a baby Grinch doll?
Yes, I did. So you're right. I'm a hypocrite. I definitely want to torture my children.
but just like do it as a test, like see how long their attention span.
Here's
How
some
long
trivia, because I was looking at this earlier and I found this interesting. According to Carrie Fisher, Lucas gave her a copy of the special as a gift for recording the DVD commentary for Star Wars Episode 4 A New Hope. She claimed she played it at parties when she wanted her guests to leave.
Oh.
Like, I don't see that working, though, because who doesn't want to watch the Star Wars Holiday Special at Princess Leia's house?
Me?
People who go to Princess Leia's house.
I'd be like, could you put on
regularly
episode 4? I mean, put on something you're
Oh, I
good
forgot
at.
Darth Vader's in it.
I still have to remember that this movie takes place in between 4 and 5.
Is this canon?
I don't think so. There's no way to hell.
I mean, they said they got rid of all the extended universe stuff.
This
Where's
isn't even
fall?
a part of the legends. Like, this is just somewhere else.
I mean, this was canon. This was deemed
George
not to
Lucas
be
buried
canon
this in a
until-
hole and hoped that it stayed there. Unfortunately, we have nerds that didn't allow that to happen.
you know, we have the internet.
Even before the internet, this thing was being passed around and sold at comic book conventions on VHS tape.
Yeah, George Lucas is tracking down our computer numbers right now and coming to kill us for watching.
No, he doesn't give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
He sold all of his give a shit to Disney.
Could you imagine? Will's just like, he doesn't give a shit. It's like, oh, there's a knock at the door. I wonder who that is.
Fucking stormtroopers come in.
He's a
Fucking
vigilante.
Will-
George Lucas, you don't even know the rights to that anymore.
Stormtroopers come in with fucking George Lucas behind him wearing a long flowing cape.
Why do you care? I have 4 billion reasons to care.
He has a little remote control in his hand that when he presses it, the Empire March plays.
Oh, I would do that shit. If I was that rich, and I would put, like, every single time, I would put sensors in my door every single time I walk through the Imperial themed place.
I mean, you don't have to be rich. You can actually make that happen for a relatively decent budget.
That is terrifying.
All of this is terrifying. I probably could. Like, when I get sad, the Binary Sunset theme plays.
Can you imagine if I directed a Star Wars movie? I'd be at the premiere, and
Mhm.
I would have them play this instead as a joke. before starting the actual movie. Like, could you imagine the reaction if they would have done this at Last Jedi?
Well, how long will you have them play it?
I would play, honestly, I'd play the whole fucking movie because you're not going anywhere, bitches. I've got The Last Jedi after this. You're going nowhere.
That's true.
So you're really...
They're not going to leave. And if they do leave, no re-entry.
Yeah.
Right.
We have an amazing after party after this, guys. Do you really want to fuck them? Do you want to know who Rey's parents are?
No. You have in the speaker system, okay, jury-rigged, that if people leave, like if a large group of people leave, you press a button and it starts the opening bars of the Star Wars theme just to watch them all trample each other to get back in. Oh, it's a good thing I don't own a movie theater. I'd go to prison.
Jesus Christ. I was, a couple years ago, there was, they were sent, you could send it an entry, like, of $100 and why you should run this theater and you could own a theater.
Wow.
Yeah?
It was in Maine. And then someone else just ended up buying the theater, so it didn't matter.
What the fuck is this shit?
It's a cooking show.
No, but like, what the hell?
Yeah, as soon as they start showing the whole Star Wars holiday, as soon as they realize at the premiere that it's Star Wars holiday special, Mark Hamill's just like, oh fuck.
Bolts out of it.
I think Mark
I've
Hamill
seen the movie already, I'm good.
I think Mark Hamill was kind of up for doing this, like, until he read the script.
Yeah, then he was like, hey, you guys got me for like 2 scenes.
See, I think I would just show this part.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no point.
And then just run back out. But like, sorry guys, sorry.
Or maybe like cut between other stuff happening, because it'd be kind of funny if it was like Han Solo and Chewie escaping from the Empire, and then you cut back.
Does this bitch have 3 arms? 4 arms?
She has 4.
Jesus Christ.
She got bit by that, or she got turned by that thing that made Spider-Man have like 8 arms, or one time when he turned into a mutant.
That was just like a logical mutation from the spider bite in his blood.
Oh, it was? Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then, like, he was able to be cured just enough to have the right amount of arms, but still all of his superpowers.
In 2003, there was a comic book where Spider-Man turned into a giant spider and ate a lady.
And hey, what?
And ate a lady.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
MCU, you got to step up your game.
Yeah, that's definitely from 4.
I wonder if Harrison Ford has nightmares about this. Well, I think you should have a Star Wars holiday special viewing party at your house this year.
I might do that. And I'll only invite people that I never want to talk to me again.
Will, it's like, oh, we're going to watch Star Wars? It's going to be awesome. And you're like, wait, what's this?
No, and here's the thing, like, just be like, everybody come to my house, we're going to watch Star Wars. Which Star Wars? Which Star Wars do you think?
The best one.
Come on now. The Last Jedi is brand new. Which Star Wars do you think we're watching? Come on over. And then show them this, and then you'll be reading my obituary in the morning.
Oh my god. Would it be worth it, though?
It kind of would, yeah, to be honest.
This video is just one long Skype call.
Thank goodness, though. Thank goodness I have a gun safe, because they're not killing me with my own piece, goddammit.
Oh my god. It's weird
It's funny
how much we're talking over this and we still understand what's happening.
Yeah, that's depressing.
Yeah, it shows how little stories actually ends.
So yeah, it's kind of ironic that on Life Day you want to take your own life.
Yeah, it's like the movie being called Life, and then the Life Foundation is who is going after Venom in the movie. Because of all that Life being a prequel to Venom nonsense.
Are we allowed, just out of curiosity, are we allowed to have one conversation without the name Venom being evoked?
No, not with
We've had plenty of conversations. I just brought it up because I thought it was relevant.
Oh,
So,
that movie's
out
good.
of
He's in it.
curiosity, and this
movie's
goes for
good.
the audience. This goes for the audience at home too. Type in the comment section below. Am I the only one drinking a tasty beverage out of a Star Wars mug right now?
I could get my porg mug.
It's got Han Solo fighting Boba Fett. It's pretty nifty.
I don't think I have Star Wars themed anything.
Anything or just mugs?
Mugs. Like, well, I mean, other than
Get yourself a porg.
Oh no, I have a short.
Get yourself a
short.
porg mug, Darren. It's fantastic.
I have to see the porgs first, okay? I can't just like buy them and just be like, oh.
I mean, the mug
like
was
them.
cute, and it was only like 15. I went to the Disney store on Forest Friday, and I was like, okay, a porg mug. It's gonna be like $24. No, it's $15.
I don't think porgs are cute though.
I haven't had a Disney store since like 2005.
They got rid of the one like 15-20 minutes away, but the one right across the street is open like a couple years ago. Well,
I don't like walking. I don't like walking inside of them.
You don't like walking inside of them? You like it or don't like it?
I don't. I don't know what it is. It's just they're
too happy.
Hey, look, that Wookiee was given a Commodore 64 for Life Day.
This brings me too much joy.
That shows you how old this is right there.
I love how they date Life Day so you can celebrate. Oh God.
Oh, do they actually give it a date?
Yeah, I can look up the date because this is about to turn into a softcore porno. So, when is Life Day? November 17th. Oh, Justice League came out on Life Day.
Well, that explains it. Fucking Warner Brothers.
You had to get those bonuses, did you? You opened it on fucking Life Day.
What was the other movie that came out?
Oh my gosh.
Wonder came out a couple days before Life Day. Was there another movie that came
Oh,
out?
no, The Punisher came out on Life Day.
Oh, Punisher, yeah. Punisher came out. How ironic.
Miller, have you watched The Punisher yet?
No.
It's good.
I still haven't gotten past. I watched all of episode 1 and I've started episode 2 like 3 times now, and I keep getting busy. I think I did fall asleep once.
I got some time over. I'm on break now, so I might watch it.
I would say, you know what? I'm just gonna wait for the Blu-ray, but it'll take them 2 goddamn years to release it.
That's true. Yeah, I'm surprised how quickly they got Gilmore Girls out after a year. But it took like Daredevil in like 2 years.
Well, and here's the thing: House of Cards, and Orange Is the New Black come out on Blu-ray and DVD like 4 months after they premiere on Netflix.
Maybe it's like Marvel, something with Marvel.
Like, like when the Blu-rays come out, is like the behind the scenes stuff good?
No, there's no special features on them.
So it's just the episodes?
Yep.
What the fuck does it take so
Bare
long?
bone.
That's ridiculous.
It's already very HD on on Netflix.
No, well, I mean, the Blu-ray quality is probably the best you're gonna get.
Oh no, I know it is, but I mean, it's not like it's like going from 480p DVD to Blu-ray. It's like going from high quality to higher quality.
Right. That's ridiculous, man. I think they should put special features on there, especially with Daredevil. Some of those stunts.
I feel like they had them on.
I mean, I agree,
but I'm not.
Sure. I agree, but they didn't do it. So
I love the shot from the first Daredevil season, where it's like he's like has a running start and he jumps on the dumpster and throws his cane and just like jumps into the fucking alley and
goes full parkour.
Yeah, it was so hilarious. Like the gif of that is just so funny. Charlie Cox's face is priceless.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's anyone that actually gets off on this.
No, yeah, probably.
I mean, there's got to be someone, right?
Yeah, there has to be someone.
There's got to be some sad sack out there that's like, you know what? This isn't that bad. I kind of rather enjoy it. Although, to be honest, I think I would rather watch this than The Phantom Menace.
How long is this part?
Man, The Phantom Menace is not that bad.
It's pretty bad.
I mean, it's bad, but for me, and it might be a little bit of a nostalgic thing because that is the first Star Wars movie I watched. But like,
boring.
I think Episode 2 is more boring than
it is.
Like, because Episode 1 at least has the pod race.
The pod race is boring. Battle. The pod race is so boring.
I think the only thing boring about Episode 2 is when Anakin and Padme are gallivanting around on Naboo like it's the goddamn Sound of Music, okay? And
that's
luckily
the majority of the plot, though.
No, it's not, though. It's really not. That doesn't.
I mean, that is the plot. It's just it doesn't take a because you have Obi-Wan doing other stuff too. But
the thing is, Obi-Wan's doing stuff that's so much more interesting.
No,
what Obi-Wan is doing, that should be the story.
Stop. Quiet. It doesn't take long. It doesn't take long for Anakin to have bad dreams about his mom, and then they go to Tatooine.
The Tatooine stuff is kind of interesting. I will give it that.
Yeah,
and especially him murdering all of the sand.
I wish that it showed more of him slaughtering the sand people.
I wish it did. I wish if I'd agree with you because that could have been really dark and like really showing his progression toward Vader. But especially how like when he comes out and like he just baseball bats that guy. And like you don't see his head get chopped up, but he just goes out of frame. You're like, holy that guy. It does. It looks like the lightsaber turns into a baseball bat for a second.
I love how George Lucas compares himself to Anakin Skywalker.
He does?
Yeah, he's like just as Anakin wanted to fight the Sith, but he became it. I wanted to fight the studio system, but I became it in the end.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
The difference with that though is Lucas, like,
he's not becoming a psychopath.
he became here's the thing, he became a corporate raider, but I wouldn't say he became the studio system because he didn't actually produce other people's movies. He didn't actually like rip away
I think he meant he became more reliant on it than he initially wanted to be.
I mean, that might be true, but like everything that's evil about the Hollywood studio system, Lucas did steer away from. And if anything, he has given filmmakers the tools to do their art forms better. Now, that's not to say that if Lucas had never created Industrial Light and Magic that someone else wouldn't have. Of course they would have. But you still got to give the man credit for what he did.
I really wanted him to direct Episode 9.
Yeah.
That would have been fun.
I really wanted Rian Johnson to do it, but whatever.
He's too tired.
Well, that's why. Because that's why J.J. Abrams didn't do 8.
Yeah.
Well, no. Abrams was never gonna do 8. Like, it was always.
But now
gonna
that
be...
he's doing 9, I'm sure he kind of regrets not doing 8.
Yeah,
Right.
and he even read the script for 8, and he was just like, "Damn it, I should have done 8."
Yeah. He regretted not doing 8 almost immediately.
Yeah, but I mean, he was just tired because he wasn't supposed to do 7. He had a year trip planned with his family, but Kathleen Kennedy was just like, "Hey, you want to know what happens to Luke Skywalker?" And also, his wife was just like, "JJ, you have to do this.
You're gonna hate us forever if you turn
and also you're gonna regret. You're gonna hate this.
You be at the trip is like, are you having fun, Dad? I'd be having a lot more fun if I was on fucking Tatooine."
This like JJ sitting in a lazy boy. It's like with just like one lamp in the room, just looking at his family. He's like,
"Look what you made me do!" Like, she didn't hear the Wookiee.
"How the fuck did we even get here? What happened?"
The grandpa's getting off, and the Wookiees are. The Wookiee is trying to reach her son, or his son. Oh, Darren,
Yeah,
I see you're paying
Fisher
attention there.
Carrie Fisher looks off too.
Everybody looks off.
She looks better in the close-up,
She's
but
a-
in that two-shot,
yeah,
she looked very much like a Barbie doll, the same as Luke did.
I do want to know. I never really learned how they got her hair like that.
I'm pretty sure it's not real.
I think that's just a wig.
I think it's like earmuffs.
Yeah.
In fact, I think Carrie Fisher might have even said something to that effect.
Oh.
Yeah, they look like attachments.
I am glad that they decided not to go with that for Empire.
Her hair does have a very interesting transformation.
Well, and I like that they carried that over to Padme, because Padme's hair is never the same twice.
Yeah.
And she's even got kind of a Princess Leia thing going on, and I think it's episode 3, but instead of like the cinnamon buns, it looks like kind of like little horns coming out of her, like trumpets coming out of her head or something. I don't know.
You know how everybody says, I mean, I guess it's a difference between like they waited 30 years for it and I didn't wait anything. But like the episode 1 trailer, everybody's just like, "Oh, it's the greatest thing ever." It's just like, it's not though.
No, people said that even after they saw the movie the first time.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like the episode 1 trailer is not that good.
It's a good trailer.
That's because people are not objective when it comes to Star Wars.
Oh my God.
Especially not when it comes to new Star Wars. They're just not.
I don't agree with it, but
I mean, you don't have to agree with it, but you can go on YouTube and find the man on the street interviews of people saying the Phantom Menace is the greatest thing since Empire.
Well, that was when they first saw it.
Yeah, that's what I said. People
yeah, that's when they first saw
Well,
it.
people were in denial.
Yeah, seriously. Something that bad hit you in the face, you're just like, oh. I mean, you don't want to accept that it's Star Wars.
You did that with Superman Returns.
Superman Returns. Yeah, it took you years.
No, I did. No, absolutely. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's a fact. People
Yeah, but you were
aren't
acting like they still think it's the best one since Empire.
No, that's why I changed. That's why I, excuse me. That's why I said people aren't objective when it comes to Star Wars, and then I said, well, new Star Wars.
Commercial break.
I don't think no one's really praising Rogue One anymore. That's kind of.
Yeah, everyone
I saw somebody yesterday on a Facebook post that was like, my favorite Star Wars is Rogue One, and I was like, I'm sorry.
I want to meet that person.
That movie's so okay.
That movie sucks so hard.
It's just so okay.
It doesn't suck. It's just very, very mediocre and bland and to be honest, unnecessary. Like, when they first tell you, oh, we're going to do a movie about stealing the Death Star plans, at first you're like, yeah, because I remember when they said that they did that. And then after you watch the movie, you're like, I really didn't need to see this story.
Well, yeah, because it could have been like a cool, like, tension-filled heist movie, but it wasn't.
Well, that's another thing, is like the actual heist is only the third act. You've got 2 full acts of really nothing to do with the plot they told you the movie was ultimately supposed to be about.
And that's the problem. I saw that movie 3 times in the theaters, and the first time I was just like, okay, that was good. The second 2 times I was just like, just get to the third act. Just get to the fucking third act.
Didn't you fall asleep the third time?
Yeah, the second time I fell asleep. The third time I was with a friend, but I was just like, get to the third act, because the third act is great. It has its problems, but the third act is just like, it's battle, it's different, it's tropical. Fine. I mean, I think it's cool, but like...
There's so much stuff that you know they filmed because you saw it in the goddamn trailers, but it's not in the movie, and it's like, that was good stuff. Why was that not in there?
Sometimes it's hard to separate, because like I want to know what the hell, what were they doing on the beach? What the fuck were they doing? I want to know what they were all doing on the beach running toward AT-ATs.
They were all supposed to die at the same time.
And that's another thing that bugs me. Why didn't they die together as a unit? They all died separately.
As soon as you see Riz Ahmed's death, you're like, he wasn't supposed to die like that.
And I bet, honestly, somewhere in the editing room, somebody was like, you know what would be more dramatic? If they died one by one.
But some of it worked. Like, I think Chewit's death is really emotional. Like, that gets me, and Baz's death is really emotional. But, I mean, at least I remember the
I think
names.
all the deaths work except for Riz Ahmed.
Yeah, because he could have thrown it back. Like
I literally don't remember anybody's name except Jen Erso. She's literally and her father Galen, because that's like the most generic sci-fi alien movie used in fucking everything.
My Hannibal Lecter.
I remember when the report came out that she had another movie in her contract. It's like, what?
Yeah. I mean, bring it on, but...
You said what?
I mean, like, bring it on, but...
What?
I just meant if they had actually done another movie with her, I'm like, cool.
Oh, yeah.
I like Felicity Jones.
Well, and that's another thing is, like, you feel like they cut all of the character development out of that movie, too.
Yeah, because, like, Jen Erso has, like, a big turn. Like, she goes from, like... I'm a rebel. I'm like a really rebellious person to like, I want to rally everybody with a charming speech.
At least they cut the worst line in the trailer out of the movie.
What, I rebel?
Yeah. So
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the context of that line was, but I think that could have been a pretty bitchin' line.
It just seemed like in that trailer they were selling like a very serious movie, and then it was just like, I rebel.
Yeah, but I mean, Star Wars.
Did she say it all John Lennon like that, though? You're just like, I rebel.
She said it pretty seriously. Yeah.
I'm here to start a revolution.
Here to start a revolution.
A revolution number 9.
I still think Rogue One is the best looking Star Wars movie, though. I think Last Jedi is going to take it, but I think Rogue One is still the best looking one.
Well, and that's something... That's a problem no Star Wars movie has ever had. They've all looked... And you know what? You get so sick and tired of people in 2017 saying that the prequels look like garbage, because in 1999, The Phantom Menace did not look like garbage. It was the most beautiful movie anybody had ever seen.
I think a lot of the effects from 3 still hold up. Like, that space battle is still... I'll still watch that. That still takes my breath away.
2 looks fucking terrible.
2? You said which one?
Attack of the Clones.
But in 2002, though, again, it was the most beautiful movie anybody had ever seen.
Was it?
Yes. I mean,
I still think it's a mistake making the clones CGI, though. That was a bad
well, no,
idea.
I agree with that. In 2 and in 3, and it's worse in 3 because they're a bigger part of the.
But yeah, and also like when they take their helmets off, there's like, it's a floating head. Oh my god!
Well, and especially when they have the helmets on, like, what is the point of that? That is the definition of useless, needless CGI. The same as fucking Steppenwolf in Justice League. Like, there is zero justification for making that character CGI. There is zero justification for making the Clone Troopers CGI. Zero.
Is this someone like a musician or a famous musician?
I don't know. I can't really tell because the lighting is horrible and the copy is kind of blurry.
And you're watching on your phone.
And I'm watching it on my phone, yeah. And I don't even have my phone turned sideways, so I'm literally watching it on 1/3 of my phone.
Oh, so you're watching how they want you to watch trailers on your phone.
I guess.
I mean, they make it so like if you have your phone. If you don't have your phone like flipped, if you just have it like you take it out and like are looking at it normally, that then you watch the trailer that way, and then it really screws it over if you're trying to watch it on a computer.
Or like, are you talking about like Facebook trailers?
Yeah.
Where it's not even the whole trailer; it's just like the middle square.
Yes, so annoying.
Yeah, I have no idea who this band is, but I feel like I should know them. It's not Queen, is it?
No. Too soon.
Now I want to take the video from this and like marry it to the audio of Bohemian Rhapsody. Like I just want to.
That would be great.
Send it to Brian Singer on Instagram.
To the Last Credit YouTube channel.
What the hell?
Do they have guitars in Star Wars?
They do now?
No. No, none of the bands that they've showed in Star Wars have had any guitars. It's all fucking horns and shit. Oboes. A lot of people play oboes in Star Wars. Have you guys seen the movie Paul with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost?
Yes.
No.
I love Darren. The movie's worth watching. It's fucking hilarious.
Good movie.
I love when they walk into the redneck bar and the band is literally playing a country western version of the Cantina music from Star Wars. Like, you almost don't hear it at first, and then you're like, wait a minute, is that? No. Is that?
This guy really sucks at his job.
Do what?
The Empire soldier really sucks at his job because how he's just
Well, yeah, I
watching
mean, they
this
all
the
do.
entire...
That's kind of par for the course.
That's true.
I really want to talk to George Lucas about this. What the fuck were you thinking?
I mean, he didn't direct it.
No, but he signed off on it.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, George Lucas has pretty much given anybody permission to do Star Wars anything. So.
Did he write
Which
it?
that was
Did
kind
he
of
write
cool.
it, or was he not?
No, he had nothing to do with it other than he put his name on it.
Oh, okay.
It is cool that George Lucas was never freaked out about fans making fan films or anything.
And not only that, but like, if you've ever noticed why movies and TV shows and pretty much any Star Wars parody, they use the actual Star Wars sound effects because George Lucas told them they could.
Yeah. Or even the Family Guy stuff. They were just like, he was just like, go ahead. It's the Family Guy stuff. I love it.
Well, and I guess Mel Brooks actually invited George Lucas to a private screening of Spaceballs, and he said George Lucas really enjoyed it.
And then Topher Grace made his own. He edited the prequels into one film a few years back.
Topher Grace did that?
Yeah.
Okay, because I know that exists, but I didn't know Topher Grace did it.
Or he didn't do the one you're thinking of, Will, but he did his own version that no one's seen, except for
Have you
like
guys
friends
seen-
of his.
Oh, okay.
Have you guys seen Fanboys?
Yes, I love that movie.
Yeah, thank you. I love that movie too.
Now, oh, here's an obscure movie. Okay, have you ever seen a movie called Comic Book Villains?
No.
No.
It's a great movie. It's this movie several years ago was, I swear to God, being passed around my local comic shop. Okay, my the guy that ran the shop had gotten a copy of it and was like just loaning it out to like everybody, and we were all just fucking talking about this movie. It's got Donal Logue in it, and Michael Rappaport, and Natasha Lyonne, and that nerdy kid from The New Guy. Can't remember his name off the top of my head. He was also in The Core. But it's a great movie. It's about, there's a big comic book store run by Michael Rappaport and a small comic book store run by Donal Logue. Okay.
Funny.
And and it's funny too, because Donal Logue is always talking shit about Michael Rappaport's character, because saying he's not a real comic book salesman, and he doesn't run a real comic book store because he sells like magic cards and action figures and shit. In fact, he calls him a dabbler. He goes, "You're a dabbler. You're not a real comic book guy. You're a dabbler." And but anyway, this old guy dies. This old guy in the town dies, and he's got like the motherload of fucking comic book collections, and they're both trying to outdo each other to acquire this collection, and it literally degenerates into a fucking Quentin Tarantino movie. I swear to God, it's a Quentin Tarantino movie about comic books.
Sounds interesting.
Cary Elwes is in it. Almost forgot about him.
Cary Elwes. Dr. Gordon.
Which, by the way, I finally went and saw Jigsaw the other night. I took my kid, and I was really fucking disappointed that they didn't mention Dr. Gordon at all.
They don't mention anything after 4, after 3.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Like, I was really
stuff.
disappointed that they didn't follow through with that.
I don't think I've ever seen this part, because the only version I've seen didn't have it.
All right, let's do it. Oh my God, C-3PO.
And Luke Skywalker still looks like shit, even animated.
C-3PO sure can move fluently.
I wonder if this was done by the same animation studio that did the Droid animated series.
Possible.
See, the problem with these human characters is that they're way too... Well, he's not too bad looking.
Is that Professor Egghead? What the hell?
Robotnik.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, thank you,
Dr.
Professor
Robotnik.
But see, Leia and Luke are way too detailed for cartoon characters, and they just look creepy.
Han looks creepy. Look how long his face is.
Sonic Adventure 2 was an awesome game.
I really want that movie to work.
Yeah.
What movie?
Sonic the Hedgehog, because that could be a lot of fun.
They're making a Sonic the Hedgehog movie?
Yeah, Tim Miller is executive producing or producing it.
He's not directing it?
No, I think they got a director.
Oh, yeah, I think he was at one point, but then they...
It's going to be CGI animated, right?
No, it's
Yes.
live action.
What? No.
Well, I don't know if Sonic will be. Like, I think the movie's live action, but I'm sure Sonic...
What could possibly be live action, though? Like, there are no human characters in that game.
That's what I'm scared of. That's what I'm scared of. That they're gonna do some Alvin and the Chipmunk shit.
Hasn't Sonic fallen in love with a human?
At least there were humans in Alvin and the Chipmunks, though.
There's been humans in Sonic games. Though.
Yeah, because in 2007 they made a game where he had a human.
Sonic 06.
No. But he had a human partner. She was a princess.
No, it should just be. It should just be
romance.
Straight...
Sonic the Hedgehog. Bring your kids. It's gonna be a fun time. Oh, it looks like Last Jedi.
It does look like Last Jedi.
Time to take that to the Twitter.
I got to hear.
It's weird to hear Mark Hamill's regular voice come out of an anime character.
Is that a joke?
No, because he never uses his regular voice when he's doing voiceover work.
Or he doesn't like regularly use it because.
In fact, pretty much every voice that he does is the Joker. Hobgoblin was the Joker. The Trickster is the Joker.
Oh, yeah,
The Fire Lord. The Fire Lord was the Joker.
Which I've never been able to
This is
confirm.
the first
this.
appearance of Boba Fett.
It is. Ever.
He does more in this movie
That
than
Boba
he does.
Fett movie's back in development, apparently.
I still want to see it. I don't care.
No.
I don't.
Boba Fett doesn't need a movie. He needed to be the villain in the Han Solo movie.
Like, I think you can make a really interesting
I
villain
think
movie.
you could make it, but just don't do it.
And don't do it for a while. They still need to get some actual new stuff out before.
Yeah.
I wonder
thank God
if-
for Rian
I wonder-
Johnson.
I wonder if they're going to use that same kid that played Boba Fett in Episode 3. Because, I mean, that kid's like, 12 years older now.
I mean, they didn't use Hayden Christensen, so I don't know.
Yeah, but you only ever saw Darth Vader with his mask on.
I
though.
still wanted him to be Hayden Christensen, though.
Well, that's fine, but it didn't need to be Hayden Christensen, though.
But it would have been cool.
Okay.
Can you imagine the whole audience reaction? Darth Vader takes off his helmet and it's Hayden Christensen. They would have lost their minds. It would have been great.
I'm still holding out hope that he's in The Last Jedi.
As what?
A Force Ghost.
He has talked. Hayden
He'll be a
Christensen.
stormtrooper, just like every other celebrity cameo.
Hayden Christensen has talked about coming back, so it's like it's not beyond the realm of possibility.
He was at Star Wars Celebration, and everybody. It was nice seeing everybody cheer for him at Star Wars Celebration.
Yeah,
It's
they
just
were
like
like,
every
We're not mad at you. It wasn't your fault.
all is forgiven. Because you can
Well,
tell when he came out, he
Hayden
was nervous.
Christensen-
Yeah.
Hayden Christensen is a good actor.
Yeah.
I think Anakin is just a rough character to play, especially the way Lucas wrote him.
I hate sand.
And, I mean, obviously, the worst thing you could say about Hayden Christensen's performance as Anakin is that he's a whiny little bitch, and whiny little bitch kind of runs in the Skywalker family.
And that's how the
Luke is
character
a
is
whiny
written.
little bitch. Kylo Ren is a whiny little bitch. Just kind of runs in the family. Boba
looks
Fett
pretty
looks
cool.
so awful.
You don't like
This
it?
whole
he's-
animated sequence is just, and it's sad because this is the best part of the
It
entire.
reminds
movie.
me of that. Yeah, it reminds me of that part in Beavis and Butthead Do America where they eat the. where
Oh,
they-
foreshadowing.
where
Is that
they-
a Sarlacc pit?
Oh, I think it was where they get high and then they have the visions.
Oh yeah.
The syrup.
What's also kind of nice is about the new Star Wars movies is that Peter Mayhew, the ridiculously tall actor who plays Chewbacca, he walks with a cane and he doesn't walk too well and he's old and he's infirm and he can't really play Chewbacca anymore. But any scene where Chewbacca was sitting down was Peter Mayhew. Like they still let him be in the movie,
Oh, what?
even though they had to get a double for all the scenes of him walking around.
No, but no, it does. Does the new guy play him all the time though?
Anytime that he's not sitting down, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if
At least
I
that
didn't
was-
know if they just got a new actor for Last Jedi or they were doing that. Because I thought it was all him in Force Awakens.
No, there's
No,
way.
The Force Awakens, the Force Awakens they used the double.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like him climbing up that ladder and stuff. There's no way that
Yeah,
was.
that makes sense.
But
I
when
know
him
that
sitting
having
with
a
him
double.
sitting in the Millennium Falcon and anytime he's not doing much, it is Peter Mayhew. So And they didn't need to bring Peter Mayhew back at all. Like they could have put any like 9-foot tall guy in that costume.
Well, I'm pretty sure they brought before he passed away, they brought the actor who played R2 back, right?
Yes, yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's great. It's great that they do that, especially when they don't have to. In fact, now you don't need a midget inside R2D2 at all because you can build a remote control R2D2 these days.
Yeah.
Is it an actor now, or?
I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't think it is anymore.
I wonder if R2 is even going to do much in The Last Jedi.
I mean, I don't know. BB-8 is pretty much R2D2, so
yeah. So
they got the evil one too now. So
like you don't need 2 R2D2s. But at the same time, you can't have him. You can't not have him because R2 and C-3PO are the only constants through all of the movies.
I really hope they're not in Han Solo, because they did not need to be in Rogue One.
No, I agree. And yeah, I agree. And that's another failing of Rogue One was that it was too nostalgia heavy.
What is wrong with
the hell? Who did Harrison Ford piss off?
Like Han Solo.
His eyes aren't open. He looks like if Jeff Goldblum's had allergic reaction to something.
No, Han Solo literally looks like a Mad Magazine parody animated.
Yeah, that's good.
Mort Drucker, that's the name of the artist. He looks like a Mort Drucker drawing. If you don't know who Mort Drucker is, look him up. I don't remember the animated sequence being this long.
I don't remember this movie being this long.
Like, this is literally... That's probably because you turned it off like 10 minutes into it. I thought this movie was only 15 minutes long. No, Darren, you turned it off. Oh, right. Fuck this movie.
God, can you imagine if they fucking showing this before Last Jedi? Jesus Christ.
How is this not just an hour in and out? I mean, damn.
Yeah, there's so much they could cut out and still have the same point across.
The only thing missing is the Brady Bunch doing a musical number.
That would have made it better.
Is there a reason that was animated? Wait, is there a reason that was animated?
Just to have variety. And they probably doing a lot they couldn't do with live action. Or that they didn't want to do in this time frame.
This looks like a PBS show. Like what I used to watch when I was 8.
It does. Yeah. Mr. Rogers is about to pop out. It's a wonderful day in the...
It's a wonderful day in the galaxy. A beautiful day in the galaxy.
Mr. Rogers was on Arthur? That was pretty cool.
I don't remember that.
And why is that a mastodon? Why is that not a Star Wars creature? Why is that not a bantha?
Because they're not smart.
I mean, I get that this whole thing was made for the price of a pack of chewing gum, but come on.
Oh.
Think of all the big name actors that actually agreed to be in this thing. Art Carney.
The Arthur just said she did it because she had like grandkids who were into Star Wars.
That's most people who do anything. I think Cate Blanchett did Thor because her kids were into it.
Yeah.
I think that's just what people say. Honestly. Danny DeVito said the same thing about playing the Penguin.
And then his kids were fucking horrified. Dad, you bit a man's nose off. I know, right?
Pretty cool, right? Made it
You know
up to
what's
them. Made
funny?
it up to them with It's Always Sunny years later.
What's funny, now that we're on the subject of Danny DeVito, he was in a movie called Get Shorty in like 95,
Mm-hmm.
and he plays a movie star in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's mentioned that he never orders anything off the menu, that he just makes some shit up and then has the kitchen cook him something special. And I was watching an interview with Danny DeVito where he was talking about literally doing that in real life. And completely not self-aware to the fact that he had been basically portrayed as doing that in a movie, because he was with his kids or his grandkids or something at some restaurant, and he asked for the waiter to bring hot chocolate for the kids, and they were like, well, we don't really have that. And he's like, come on, you can make some hot chocolate, right? And like, I was watching this interview, I was like, oh my God, that's so funny.
Yeah, we can make some hot chocolate. Go to the back. Go to Walgreens right quick. We need some milk and some Nesquik.
Well, because like he was like, okay, so you have chocolate sauce for the sundaes, right? Yeah, okay. So you get some milk, you heat it up, you put the chocolate sauce in there, boom, hot chocolate.
And I don't pay for it because it's not on the menu.
Danny DeVito's like, do you have filet mignon? No, I'll take that too.
All right, Mr. DeVito, here's your $400 cup of hot chocolate.
I'm right back.
There. Darren's not coming back.
This stuff with the computers is so fucking laughable.
It's like watching a commercial. Like someone trying to sell you a computer for the holidays.
Right, in 1979. Which I honestly, now that I think about it, I think Radio Shack might have actually been a sponsor of this show. Radio Shack or RCA or somebody. I seem to remember some electronics fucking company being a sponsor of this show.
I like Radio Shack.
This movie is about to put me to sleep.
I almost fell asleep earlier.
While we were watching it?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of when it was. It was like right before the animated part.
Speaking of things that are dated, have you ever watched a movie? Have you ever watched a movie years and years later that like seemed a lot more dated than when it was new?
Yeah, Polar Express.
Okay. I was watching, like, I don't know, a few months ago, I bought Dangerous Mind.
What the fuck?
I haven't seen that movie since the 90s, I swear to God. But in, like, 1996, like, that was one of the, like, best movies out there. And then I'm watching it today, and, like, anytime anything remotely gangster happens in that movie, they start playing the opening to Gangster's Paradise. And it's like, oh, my God, this is so cheesy. Like, there'll be two guys arguing, and then one guy will be like, better watch out before you get smoked. And then it'll go dun, 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 dun. And it's like, oh my God. And that happens all the way through the movie. I was like, this movie is so terrible now.
Yeah, I was watching. Yeah, it was me. That was me with Polar Express the other night when I had it on, because I'm like, some of it looks really good still, but other parts of it, you're like, that was very clearly made in a computer.
And it's like, when you're 16, this movie is amazing. And then when you're 37, you're like, oh my God.
Darren, I didn't think you were coming back.
It's so cheesy. Movie did not age well.
How much longer we got?
Too long.
It's like around one.
About a half an hour.
Yeah.
How were they able to air this shit? What the fuck?
It was Star Wars.
And-
People didn't fucking care until they watched
And
it.
in every network's defense, it did only air one time,
How many networks showed it?
just once.
No,
But
how
I mean,
many?
no network has since like agreed to air it.
Was CBS? I think CBS though was the first. I think they showed it.
Well, because it only aired the one time.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like it wasn't ABC
Yeah.
or something. I'm gonna look that up.
It's like, has anybody ever seen the Superman musical from the 70s?
I've seen Super Pup.
No, this is worse than that.
Super Pup was kind of fun. I love how they ran out of budget in Super Pup, so they had to make it black and white like halfway through.
No, I think they filmed the entire thing in color, but I think when they reconstructed it, they couldn't find all the color footage.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, because when you watch it like on the Superman anthology or whatever, like it goes back and forth from color to black and white, and it's like, what are you doing? I do like that they filmed it on the actual sets for the Adventures of Superman.
I think this is the worst part.
And then, have you seen the Superboy pilot from like 1960?
I don't know if I've seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
Like they did a couple of different versions of a Superman replacement after George Reeves, died mysteriously.
Mm-hmm.
But the Superboy one isn't that bad. I kind of wish that they had, and again, this is available if you buy Smallville the complete series. It's not on any single season, but if you buy the complete series, it's on that bonus disc. And it was a decent show. I really don't know why it didn't get picked up and made. I would have liked to have seen it.
Oh. Yeah, this was on CBS.
It's Maude! Kind of curious if anybody listening to this commentary picked up on that reference.
Yeah.
Look, if you're still here, you're a fucking MVP.
They're probably just listening to it without the movie if they're still here.
You're probably.
Well, yeah, because I mean, it's not like we're really talking about this movie anyway. We're talking about random stuff, and then every once in a while we'll mention the movie.
Yeah, we're like, oh wait, we gotta go back to the movie.
Oh, speak of the devil, it's the 2 Ewok movies here on my bookshelf.
Got those 3D Blu-rays of the Ewok movies, Will?
The original Star Wars anthology films.
I really hope Ewoks show back up in the movies.
Just to piss people off.
Yeah, just to piss people off.
I agree.
They
They don't do anything. That's a weird thing. They're cute.
And they eat people, which is fucking great.
They eat people?
Like, yeah, like they're literally gonna eat Han Solo and Chewbacca and Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker.
Oh yeah.
When you first meet them, they're literally going to eat them.
They don't know any better.
They don't know any better. They know what the fuck they're doing. They tie them up and created a fire. They know better.
Do they?
They're intelligent. Yeah. You don't just tie somebody up like that and put them over a fire without, I don't know what I'm doing.
Tie them up.
I mean, they know what they're doing, but I don't know if they think it's really that bad as it is.
They were tied up. They were tied up literally to a rotisserie.
Yeah, seriously, they're gonna fucking eat them. I don't give a shit if you're the star of your own movie. I'm hungry.
I love how the Ewoks are getting ready to eat his friends, and C-3PO is pondering whether or not he should pretend to be a god. I've never impersonated a deity before. Just
we were going to die.
We did not acknowledge how that guy poured his drink into his head.
A lot of this movie doesn't need acknowledging.
I feel like that would hurt, like your eyes and shit. Like drinking soda through your head. Well, actually, you do drink soda through your head. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. This movie just got kinky.
yeah, very timely.
Oh no.
I mean, who wouldn't want to feel up B. Arthur though? Come on.
Well, definitely not now.
And Betty White is the last Golden Girl standing.
Yeah, that's sad.
And she's entirely too stubborn to die, so.
Aren't we all? His head looks like a volcano.
Yeah, Disney's gonna tie this into lava.
Could you imagine if they watch this and they're like, "This is what Star Wars Land will be."
Holy shit! Yes.
This is what Star Wars Land should be, to be honest.
I hope
No,
I hope there's
I'm
one
talking
room
about
in
the
Star
holiday
Wars
special.
Land that plays the Star Wars Holiday Special on loop.
I'm talking about the holiday special in general. It's just you just walk around the different screens, watch some shit, and then go home.
Whatever attraction in Star Wars Land is going to have the longest line should have this playing on the monitor while you're waiting in
Holy
line.
shit! Yes.
You gotta
This
work
is the
for it.
greatest ride. This is the greatest ride of any theme park in the entire world. But in order to get to it, you have to endure this.
Yeah, fast passes don't work on the ride either. People are like, we should have
I'm
gone to
excited.
Avatar Land. Fuck.
In all honesty, I'm excited for Star Wars Land, but at the same time, I'm dreading it because the lines and the people. It's just good.
I mean,
it is what it is, but it's just
Yeah.
like, man.
I've been to theme parks in 5 different states.
I've been
I think I've only been to Florida and Georgia.
to
with theme
Florida,
park rides.
California, Georgia. Maryland.
What's in Maryland?
This is Six Flags.
Oh, okay. Have you been to Carowinds, Miller?
I have been to Carowinds, yes.
Isn't that supposed to be like amazing?
I went to Scarowinds, which is a Halloween event this year, but I haven't been to like the actual park in a while. But they have like a ton of roller coasters, so it seems pretty cool.
Mhm.
They used to own they used to have Nickelodeon rides too, which is cool, but then they
Yeah, well,
Lost the rights.
Carowinds used to be owned by Paramount,
yeah,
the same as Kings Island, but they got sold to Cedar Fair.
I wish they were still Paramount, but
Yeah, I mean, I loved when Kings Island was Paramount, and Carowinds when I was in the Army, I went there, and that was cool because having been to a Paramount park, it was almost like, it was almost the same. It was kind of like being home, even though I was in the Army.
yeah.
But yeah, I've been to parks and I've been to Carowinds. I've been to obviously Kings Island in Ohio, Universal in Florida, Disneyland in California, and then Six Flags over Georgia. I've been to there. So.
I was there yesterday. Riding a roller coaster in the winter is harrowing.
I think I've been to six. I went to amusement parks in 6 states.
SeaWorld is boring.
Yeah, SeaWorld is pretty boring. I've been to SeaWorld too, also in Florida.
Yeah, the only
I don't really
the only place I
consider-
go to Florida in like the last 5 years.
I don't
has been
really
7 years in
really
Universal.
consider SeaWorld to be a theme park though. It's pretty much just an aquatic zoo.
It's a really expensive zoo. Yeah,
That's true.
They have roller coasters.
But it
Though.
is a zoo.
the roller coasters are just like it's. I mean, they
The
got a
one-
lamp.
The one that I went to had one roller coaster.
When'd you
Like
go?
Atlantis is fun. Well, is it the Kraken?
They have the Kraken.
And that's it.
No, they have more now.
Oh, the Mantis or something, right?
Yeah, they have like
More now. When I went, it was like 15 years ago, Miller.
Oh, I didn't know that. I've been to. I don't even remember the last time I've been to SeaWorld. Last time I was at Disney World was like 2004 or something.
I went to Disney World when I was 6, and that's the only time I've went.
So I walked in on my 11-year-old last week,
God.
watching Saw the final chapter and listening to our commentary on his phone.
Were you proud?
I was so proud. I was so proud.
Saw the final chapter. I'll still take Jigsaw over fucking Saw the final chapter any day.
I would take Saw the final chapter over Jigsaw.
I think the storyline to Saw the final chapter was better, but the production values of Jigsaw was better. Like I was lost. I was lost in Jigsaw. Like
yeah, I was too.
It was not confusing.
I wasn't lost during the movie. It was when the twist happened that I was like, wait a minute, so what the fuck did I just watch?
Exactly.
It's still not complicated.
Still the exact same way.
Right, so everything that happened in the barn was a flash.
Spoiler. Fuck, I guess no one cares.
Oh yeah, spoilers. Yeah.
I should probably mark this.
Like, if you care about Jigsaw spoilers, I'm sorry.
If you care about Jigsaw, Darren does not. Spoilers
for a
Darren
movie that's completely unrelated to Star Wars.
Well, they probably didn't expect.
Yeah, like when Dylan spoiled La La Land
that's what
at
I'm
the
saying.
end of
Like everybody who
5 and 3.
came to listen to us talk about Star Wars just got fucked if they haven't seen Jigsaw.
Dylan did spoil. Dylan did spoil La La Land.
Yeah. I feel like Dylan spoiled another movie.
So spoilers for Jigsaw. So everything in the barn was a flashback, right?
Yes.
Okay, so every time you see John Kramer, that's a flashback, right?
Yes.
So why the fuck do people, like, say to his face, I thought you were dead? Like, people said that to his face. How are you alive? That Anna girl said it.
I can't wait to hear this.
Yeah, see, it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
I'm not saying it makes sense. I'm just saying it's easy to follow the movie. Because it makes no sense why the guy
It's
would
easy.
recreate the
easy.
game that he started out at, because no one ever discovered that game. So there was no
It's
point in him
easy.
recreating anything because no one knew that existed.
It's easy to follow the movie until the twist happens and they start explaining shit. That's when everything falls
I
apart.
still think it's pretty easy to follow. You just have to put it together.
Well, like a Jigsaw?
Oh,
I don't remember the "How are you still alive?" But I mean, you watched the movie like yesterday, so that happened.
Yeah,
I'll watch the movie again though if they have a unrated cut.
I guess I would be down for a commentary, but like
That'd be a good time.
freely
Honestly-
watching that movie by myself, no.
honestly, I'm gonna be really disappointed if they don't put out an unrated director's cut because they did for literally every movie.
And those
Like,
those were already like so gory on their own.
Like every Saw movie has the unrated director's cut. I'm gonna be really disappointed if this one doesn't.
I hope the unrated director's cut has a more gore, a green tint.
I hope it's better.
Yeah.
It's a better movie for some reason.
I didn't hate it. It's definitely in the middle as
I think
far
it's
as like
watchable.
ranking. As far as ranking the Saw movies, it's better than 4 and 5, definitely.
I'd still probably watch 4 and 5 because they feel more like Saw to me, and I like that because I like how dirty Saw makes me feel. But like Jigsaw was like,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this movie was like Jigsaw was kind of tame in comparison. Even though there was stuff that still makes you like turn away and be like, ugh. That's
Yeah,
gross.
but like, and you have Saw 3D, which is just like I don't. Yeah, it's more like Saw than Jigsaw, but it doesn't. I don't care. It's so stupid. How the hell are they still here?
You remember that Medusa? You guys remember that Medusa statue on Journey to Atlantis and at SeaWorld?
No.
I don't know if I ever went on that ride.
Okay, there's a statue on there that scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. Just going back to our SeaWorld, that's they should not put that in a ride.
I think it's supposed to be kind of. I think it's supposed to be kind of a scary ride, Darren.
I mean, I didn't know that going in. I was a small child.
So you think they should put a disclaimer above the ride?
Yes, please, for people like me.
Like, this is a scary fucking ride.
Like Jurassic World, I know what I'm getting into. It's dinosaurs, but with that, I was just like, oh, it's Atlantis, and then like scary Medusa thing is like, oh god.
Atlantis is a scary place, Darren.
Was it?
I mean, yeah.
Do you know from personal experience?
I hope they have an animatronic. Oh,
I mean,
so sad.
James Wan is directing Aquaman, so I'm gonna go with yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's James Wan. I expect it to be scary. I can't wait for that movie. That's gonna be good.
We should get a underwater roller coaster at Six Flags for our Aquaman.
Yes.
Just go
Oh
full.
yeah, hell yeah. Actually, yeah, because they could do that. Yeah, because that is. Have they ever? Would that be hard though? I mean, would that be hard to build?
I mean, yeah.
Did he really just trip over his fucking blood? Well, it's a stormtrooper. It's a stormtrooper. Never mind. Can't aim, can't walk.
I love this image. Daddy.
Wait, Chewbacca has a son?
Yeah, for real, like, is that Chewbacca's kid? Because I thought that was like his little brother. I thought the older people we already saw were the parents.
Yeah, I didn't know Chewbacca reproduced.
Well, see, and this is why the goddamn Wookiee dialogue should have subtitles.
Does Chewbacca have a penis?
I guess he has to. Or they have like some like spiritual way, like the avatars, or the Navi, how they did it.
I mean, they still have
Are we
penises,
really gonna talk about Wookiee mating habits now?
We might as well.
I'm curious. Like, what happens when you shave a Chewbacca? Or a
What
Wookiee?
happens when you shave a Wookiee?
Throw some Nair at it.
Yeah, I hope it. Along with playing those Star Wars Holiday Special online, they have at the most popular Galaxy's Edge ride. They have an animatronic Jar Jar Binks talking to you the whole time. Lisa likes to stand in line. You were like, this ride better be worth it. So that's the grandpa. That's his wife, I guess? Yeah, because they're about to get it on.
I wouldn't know because none of the dialogue has subtitles.
But that's his son, so... Oh, and they're about to get it on. $50 Shades of Wookiee. I literally thought one of you just made a fucking Wookiee noise.
That was Will. No,
Yeah,
Will,
I did.
Yeah, I was just
I
say
did.
that was you, right?
Oh, that was you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. Chewbacca about to bring the pain. He just shoots Han Solo. You forgot.
I love how that conversation just happened. Miller's like, I could have sworn one of you guys just made a Wookiee sound, and Darren's just like, yeah, one of us.
I thought
did.
Darren was joking at first.
That guy is way too serious.
I mean, he thought he was in something good, probably. He did the lines, and he's like, wait, what's the script?
What do you mean this isn't for episode 5? Or Empire Strikes Back, or whatever they used to. I guess they would just call Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say in 1980, nobody knew what an episode 5 was.
That would be kind of weird if they did call it that. It's like, where are the others?
Have you ever seen the Simpsons part of the Simpsons episode where him and Marge go see Empire Strikes Back?
Yes.
Doesn't he spoil it?
Yes,
Yeah,
he walks out and he goes, I can't believe Darth Vader was Luke Skywalker's father, and everybody in line is like, ew, son of a bitch!
I'm always wary of that, though.
What?
Like walking out with a friend discussing the movie and walking past somebody that's going in to see it.
No, I'm the person walking past the people walking out.
I just plug my ears if I care that much.
I actually did that. I made somebody laugh too, because my wife and I were coming out of Age of Ultron, and I was explaining to her how they created Vision because she didn't quite get it. And as I was talking to her, and then we were walking past some people, and I kind of like shut up because I don't know what movie they're going to see. And then the guy just started laughing. I think he could tell that we were talking about the movie, and then shut up not to spoil or whatever.
I can't believe that part where Quicksilver dies.
But it's almost like when you're talking about somebody, and then they walk in the room, and everybody's like, shh, shh, shh.
Or like have a fake spoiler. It's just like, do you believe that Spider-Man showed up? You bastard!
Yeah, like that fake, the fake post-credit scene Josh Whedon had to keep denying.
Yeah.
I kind of want to do that now. Like, I kind of want to go get like a GoPro camera, something that's like easily concealable on my body, and then just walk out of a huge movie and just make up stuff. Like walk past lines of people and just say like the most ridiculous fake spoilers.
I can't believe Lando Snoke.
And then put the reactions up on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, people just start. There's GoPro footage of pissed people just lunging at you.
I
looked away from the screen for 1 second. Did they just intro a cult? What the fuck?
I don't know. This is like how they begin their Life Day celebration. But
they're celebrating.
It looks like they're
Life
drinking
Day,
the Kool-Aid.
I would never ever want to see them in fuck. They look terrifying in clothes.
Did you not know that Wookiees are secretly druids?
Jesus.
It's just terrifying.
CBS has got to air this like 24 hours this year, like Christmas Story. I've seen that suggested before.
Although if Life Day is November 17th, I'd say this is more of a Thanksgiving Day special.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So they should play it for 48 hours.
When did they air this? It premiered. Oh yeah, Oh yeah, I guess it's Life Day. Wait, is Life Day the actual?
Ooh, I'll be bashing my head in if all those people were screaming. I mean, well, Wookiees. Well, Wookiees are people. I don't fucking know. How quick was the backlash on this?
I don't know. This is before I was born.
I think pretty quickly.
Finally, something that happened before I was born. Not long before I was born, like a year, but I wasn't around yet. So
Yeah, I don't know if they say. I don't think they say like Life Day is November 17th, but I just think everyone puts it.
it's probably the day this aired originally.
Yeah, November 7th. Yeah, which is when it aired. So
That'd be kind of weird if in Star Wars someone was just like, "Yeah, it's November 17th." What the hell is November?
I would still like to see somebody in passing in a canon Star Wars movie or on Rebels or something just be like, "Oh, it's Wookiee Life Day."
yeah, I mean, I know this doesn't exist anymore in the canon, but is Life Day still a thing? Like,
I mean, it would be if somebody said something.
oh yeah, but.
Oh man, I hope they got paid a lot for this shit.
Oh, they're using the Star Wars theme too. It does look like a cult.
It does.
How did Luke and all them get there?
Spaceships.
Okay.
Yeah, those are a thing in this universe.
I know they're the thing, but it seemed like they traveled through like some
like a dimension.
Yeah, some
Hyperspace is also a thing in
unreachable
this universe, Miller.
Yeah, it just looked like they traveled through some like unreachable portal that was only reachable through special Life Day material.
Special Life Day material.
I don't know. They had like those globes.
Well, there's the Falcon, so I guess they
they're
flew to the
They're
stars.
showing clips.
Yeah,
from,
that's definitely a flashback from the movie.
Oh,
Yeah, they're showing Star Wars.
Obi-Wan was all alive and shit.
Yeah, they're showing these
Yeah.
clips to have you wash the taste out of this special out of your mouth.
Now
They're
that you
really-
followed us through all this bad Star Wars, here is some good Star Wars.
Yeah, they were probably like, quick, play Star Wars on TV right after this. But sir, it isn't on the schedule. Play it now.
they were really lucky Empire came after this because that was the proper palate cleanser.
Yeah.
Imagine if this was the first Star Wars you've seen of anything.
If it was, we would not be talking about Star Wars here. 40
No, I
years
mean,
later.
it's like someone who, just someone, like, I'm sure there are people on this planet who this was their introduction to Star Wars.
I'm pretty sure they came back. They would come back.
I'm glad. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really glad that the 40th anniversary Star Wars movie is a saga movie and not an anthology movie.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's just fitting.
What is it? Is that The Last Jedi?
Yes, this
Yeah.
is the 40th anniversary of Star Wars. From
'Cause I mean-
1997 to 2017.
I mean, the first thing I saw from Star Wars was Phantom Menace, and I came back.
You liked it then, though, right?
Yeah.
So there you go.
My mind was fucking blown.
That you liked it?
No. That I like when I when I first saw the movie, I was just like, this is amazing.
Oh. It's like, you're not my son.
I mean, my mom, how I got to that point. My first exposure was to Star Wars was R2D2, and it was just like this life-sized R2D2 in Target, and I was just like, I want that, and my mom was just like, you don't know what that is, so get the movie instead, so you can figure.
That's how she didn't have to pay for it.
But so you can figure out what
Get
that
this
is.
$10 movie instead of this $110 fucking toy.
Yeah, and then I was just like, I don't care about the toy anymore. I'm going to watch this over and over and over and over again.
Well, there we go.
Is there's literally a Wookiee in this movie named Itchy?
But they had names.
Yes. Mala, Itchy, and I didn't read what the last one was called. And they all live in an animated treehouse.
Okay, so let's see George Lucas's name come up. Is it gonna come up?
I don't see it yet.
No? Okay, it's not gonna come up. Songs.
He has to be like executive producer or some shit. Like Star Wars created by like nothing.
We gotta wait now.
Illustrations by Ralph McQuarrie. So Ralph McQuarrie did the Ben Burt.
I mean,
Rick Baker.
Rick Baker.
Stan Winston. There's a lot of big names associated with this.
There's no fucking way his name is not on here.
He saw it and was like, "Take it off. You can air it, but take it off."
It has to at least say Star Wars created by George Lucas.
It's probably gonna say that because everyone else turned off their TV by this point, so it doesn't even matter. That...
Wow, holy shit! It's not gonna say it. It doesn't say it.
It doesn't say George.
No. George Lucas's name is nowhere near this.
Oh damn! Old time 20th Century Fox logo. Okay, so yeah, let's get the. Okay, this. So that was the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Unfortunately.
Pretty awful, but it was more fun watching it with you guys.
And talking about stuff completely unrelated.
Yeah, we talked about everything.
Yeah, well, the problem
Everything
is
else
this
under
movie
the
is
sun.
just, it's hard to stay on track with this movie because,
Because we'd have to pay attention to it.
It's a movie that's like, there are bad movies that are so bad that are just like, yeah, something's constantly happening that is bad.
like,
and
this is so
stupid.
bad that, like, it's still
But nothing
interesting, but you're
happens.
still not interested.
Like, it's devoid
Like, its
of
whole existence
everything.
is interesting, but watching it is not interesting.
And it definitely didn't need to be an hour and a half.
Which it does not feel like an hour and a half.
No, it feels like 6.5 hours.
That was a journey.
I think that was my second time watching it, but,
Yeah, that was my second time watching it as well. The first time was like 15 years ago. And it's too soon.
yeah, thank you for joining us. If you're still here, if you're not, well, you're not, so you're not hearing this. Will, where can people find you?
At Will Avitt on Twitter and Will Avitt Critic on Facebook.
Darren?
Darren Lacey Jr.'s reviews and at Darren Lacey Jr. on Twitter.
You can find me at Miller Farrow, and till next time, happy Life Day to you all, because even though it's November 17th, we can celebrate all year round.